Talk about solar flares because I've done a few videos on that, and solar flares are very important for us to get ourselves acquainted with, do some homework on it, and study, understand it, and preparing ourselves because the planet Earth is due for a solar flare, and it is scheduled to be quite large, and consequences could be minimized if we educate ourselves a little bit and prepare ourselves. For example, the sun has spots, they call them sunspots, which are areas of the sun that are on the surface of the sun that are dark, and they are cooler than the other part of the sun, according to NASA. Now, they are very, very hot during temperature. They are pretty high. So these spots, what happens is that the linear, like they have magnetic field lines and that little spots, and they could get twisted together and crisscrossing each other and reorganizing themselves, and like a rubber band twisting, and we going the opposite direction and get all tangled up. When that happens, is that it can cause a sudden, huge, gigantic explosion from that star, the celestial body, which is the sun, our primary source of energy. So when that is released, a solar flare is released. When the solar flare is released, then you have lots of radiation that's being released into the atmosphere and the surrounding of the Earth. But if that is released directly into the heart of the planet Earth, then we will suffer and also benefit from all different circumstances. It will bring some negative aspect because it will do a lot of cleansing, but it also will bring a lot of benefits, spiritually speaking, because we will be getting lots of light, lots of love light coming into the planet to cleanse the planet of all kinds of unnecessary darkness. That's really, it's a light that's coming in. It's coming in because the sun has our planet Earth has moved a lot closer to the sun. That is what's really happening to us right now on planet Earth. And when that happens, though, the solar flare, so this is an example of a solar flare being released simultaneously with a coronal mass ejection, which could sometimes are released together. And it's the big one with the brightest light, that's the CME. But the solar flare you could see on the backside is being released. It's a very, very, very powerful explosion. And when they are not released directly into the Earth, we still feel it, though. It doesn't mean we are immune to it. It still impacts us. It just doesn't impact us as much as it will when we get impacted by the solar flare that is due to come directly into us. Where sunspots are not facing us directly, but when they release the solar flares in their CMEs, we are, the coronal mass ejection, we are impacted with the wind coming in, bringing in this charge, all these charged electrons, neutrons, protons, whatever it is, negative, positive, is bringing in all this charged cosmic energy into the planet. And that's the reason a lot of us feel overwhelmed. We're not able to sleep at night. We wake up in the middle of the night, we can't sleep. We feel energy coming in all different spots of our bodies. Is because that energy being released by these solar flares into our neighborhood, near us, is coming directly into the energy spots of the planet, right? The chakra of the planet, the energy centers, and they are at the same time coming into our energy centers, and they're coming non-stop, because as you know, over the last week, more than 3x solar flares were released, which were like the most powerful solar flares. If you want to look more into for yourself, because I don't want to talk too much, you can look into the Carrington event that was caused by solar flares, and it behooves all of us to educate ourselves with the Carrington event, so that we prepare ourselves a little bit in terms of having an idea more or less what to expect. Anyway, this video is a courtesy credit to image credit is for NASA SDO Goddard. You can all go to NASA Solar Dynamic Observatory and capture, get this image, because they're the one that captures all these images, and that's where I get them. NASA SDO Goddard.gov or NASA.gov, and just work your way through. That's it for now, and I thank you all. Please